Hey guys, this is Nicholas Belanger coming live from Gateview Studios, and today we got Rap Parade from Hamilton, Ontario. So if you guys want to go around and say your names and what you play.
Hi, I'm Mitch. I play bass and I yell.
Hi, my name's Ryan. I play guitar and I sing.
Hi, I'm Luke. I play the drums and I occasionally sing and yell.
Holler.
And I holler. I hoot and holler.
Oh, hell yeah. So where'd you guys meet up as a band?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
So Ryan and I are brothers. So we've always known each other.
They met at home.
Yeah, we met when Ryan was born and I was 3, and we weren't like playing music from like the womb or anything. Like, when did you start playing music, Ryan?
14.
You were 14. I'm like 3 years older than Ryan. I started playing when I was like 10 or something. Yeah. So like I have a head start, but like Ryan's the way more talented one. And then Luke and I met in high school.
Agreed.
Yeah, so we've all known each other for like we've known each other for 10 years. Holy fuck.
Yeah, because pretty much, yeah, grade 9. Wow, we're old.
Yeah.
Jeez.
10
Jesus.
years. So like we're
cool.
yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely all know each other really, really well, even though we're a new band ish.
Yeah, I mean, like me and Mitch, we took classes together, so like I was always aware of Mitch.
Yeah.
And like you always played in like bands in high school, or you did like
Yeah.
the talent show gigs, right?
Yeah. Played in bands, but we never like played. We weren't like really close.
No.
And we
were
didn't
aware
play
of each
music
other.
together in high school.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a music class together in high school.
No, I took music class. I didn't take first year music. I took second year music, so I learned absolutely no notes. I didn't learn theory.
Yeah.
So our teacher was like, "Hey, you know how to drum? Stick on the drums." But music class theory still shows up on the drums, so I had to read music, and I don't know how to read even drum theory. So like I tried to play along with it, and it wouldn't work. So I barely even survived that class. If we had a class together, I'm sure we would have caused trouble.
Yeah.
I was in it with Mike Julian though. We caused trouble.
High school music class is always fun.
I was too busy being a drama kid.
Yeah.
Drama kid, jeez. So did you guys have any other bands besides this or no?
Well, our last band was a cover band.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. We'll talk about the Rap Parade origin really quick.
Boys.
Yeah, so what brought us together is that a mutual friend, Mike Julian, that
Shout out to Mike Julian.
hey Mike, we also went to high school with him. Mike and Luke were like best friends,
We still are best friends. If Mike hears
bromos,
this,
as they say.
call me.
And Mike wanted to put together like a cover band to play bars, and I guess he recruited you and some other people, and then he needed a bassist, so he called me,
Yeah.
and then we jammed together for like half a year and played one show.
Which I was 20 minutes late for.
Oh, that was hilarious. And
Where was the show at?
it was a backyard gig called Hankstock, which we actually just played as Rap Parade this year.
Okay.
But the 2016 one was the only Filthy Mike and the Boys show.
Yeah.
And after that, Mike got a offer to join Falsette, which is like a real band.
Yeah.
What's the whole thing? The Dream Theater drummers.
Father.
Wait, I always mess this up.
His drummer
Yeah.
is Dream Theater, the lead singer of Dream Theater's son.
Yes.
So
So Mike's like, I gotta do this.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding.
So he moved out to Midland to pursue that, and then we're kind of like, okay, whatever. And a few months went by, and then Ryan and I started jamming these kind of like garagey punk songs, and we're like, we should perform these. Oh, we need a drummer. And then Luke was like pretty much our first choice to jam
Yeah.
with, and then that's kind of like how Rap Parade came to be, like from the ashes of a mediocre cover band.
we were a great cover band. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really fun cover band.
Yeah.
My drumming abilities were expressed first in the cover band and the likings of Kid Cudi and Weezer.
We played a Kid Cudi song.
and in the 21 Pilot song.
Oh god.
Oh,
Which, well, Mike, to be fair, I've grown to only like that song. Only because we actually had like our
The
friend
Kid
Caleb
Cudi or
rap.
the the 20 you hated
Yeah.
21 Pilots.
I
Whoa,
still really
whoa,
do.
whoa.
But like that, I'm falling. It was fun to
That
play on
was fun.
drums. You know, it was fun to like create your own fills and
Yeah.
like the thing about cover songs too. It's just like you don't have to play like the original. And like when we do cover songs, there's certain
Yeah,
subtle
we
things.
play lots of covers in Rap Parade.
Yeah, we do. We like in Rap Parade, but like the best thing about that is that you could take a cover song and you don't actually have to like absolutely mutilate it and chop it up and make it
Yeah.
into something completely different. But it's like the subtle changes that makes it so important to your band. And that like if we weren't in Dirty Mike and the Boys, I kind of wouldn't have learned how to like take a piece of that and be like, oh, why don't I try this and add that
Yeah.
flair.
Yeah, I think we really like kind of like developed a lot as
Yeah.
musicians just jamming with Mike in the basement. So he like definitely inadvertently created Rat Parade.
Yeah,
Mike
shout out,
Julian, which is pretty funny.
shout
Yeah.
out to Mike Julian.
Love
So-
you, Mike.
So what high school did you guys go to? And how was your experience there?
Bishop Tonus.
Oh.
STM for me.
You went to STM?
Yeah.
I thought I didn't see you at BT. That was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. How did that? You know what? That's another podcast. I'm gonna ask how that happened. BT was cool. I mean, like, I like. For me, I find that Catholic schools there wasn't a lot of creativity. I don't know. Like in some music programs, like we had some bands, but like I felt like people at Ancaster High had more to offer.
We didn't
Yeah.
even have a rock show every year because
No.
there just wasn't like a lot of
Enough bands to play?
yeah, like
Yeah.
people weren't really that into it.
Like I always found that like we had obviously like our friends that came out of there and we're still friends with, like that play instruments. They're all like talented people, but like you know we see someone from like Ancaster High or like you know downtown and like any Sir John A or like you know
Yeah.
Westdale or like actual schools downtown, and then these kids I think. For the sound that I was after, all throughout high school, like that metal, that punk, it was just
Yeah.
like it was a lot harder downtown. Where Ancaster was all that like flashy and like hip hop and like
Yeah,
rap.
oh, yeah.
And I love hip hop and rap. Obviously, I've talked to you about like Doctor Doom for like an hour.
Oh, of course.
At some
Yeah, yeah,
point,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know. So Ancaster is watch rinse repeat for me. But you know, I wouldn't have met Mitch and I wouldn't have met Mike and I wouldn't have met a lot of good friends that kind of
Yeah.
we would band together and be like our own weird little clique.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
definitely an outcast playing in a System of a Down cover band.
Yeah, that was awesome. I envied you for that one.
Yeah, my best friends and I played. That was like our first, like one of our first bands, or
Well-
my first bands. I mean,
Was there a lot of punks at your high school or no?
No, not really.
no, like definitely no one that dressed like
Well, like in Catholic school, you have to wear uniforms,
yeah.
right?
So it's
Oh,
hard to
fair
tell.
enough.
Yeah,
Even on like casual days, it was like you could wear a different T-shirt, but your pants still have to be black and your shoes have to be black.
Yeah.
You know?
when we went to high school, I think it was kind of like post the emo sort of phase, but it was like really into like scene phase, which is like kind of derivative of emo, like the colored swooped over hair and stuff.
Yeah.
But it
Like-
was really like
So you'd see kids like that.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, there weren't like
facial
spiked-
piercings.
Yeah, I guess there was like a few kids, not really.
But like if you would even like obviously everyone knew like Fall Out Boy and all that. Like if you
Yeah.
really want to get seen, like you just Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's as far as some people will go.
I had
Where, like,
ratty long hair. That's pretty punk.
You had great curls. You had great locks.
I had like hair past my shoulders.
I had a faux hawk because I was too much of a coward to actually shave my head into a mohawk and be like, oh crap, can I pull this off or am I just that kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a lot of punks at our school. Like
No.
I was a metalhead. Like I started listening to Slipknot when I was in grade 9.
Okay.
And that's what kind of like kickstarted it all.
Yeah.
And that's when you started learning about like, you know, I ended up getting into like August Burns Red and like eventually I found Dirty Nil throughout college. But like
Yeah.
it was just like metalcore based. But even then it was like me and Mike and then maybe like Andrew. He listened to Iron Maiden, so I was like another metal kid, but it was very Taylor, very few and far between.
No one knows who you're talking about.
Well, I don't know if they want to be if they hear this. I don't know if they want to use their last names, but I'm just pointing them out.
Yeah.
Either way, it was like there wasn't a lot of.
yeah, I
punks
figured
or
I'd say Mike's
metalheads.
last name because
Yeah.
he's Mike.
Well, Mike loves us, so he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Although I love you, buddy.
How do you guys think punks are portrayed in society today?
They're like not really.
You don't think they're not at all?
Like I feel like the whole punk thing doesn't really seem to have a significant part in society
Yeah.
today. Like in like I guess like locally maybe I feel like in Hamilton you kind of see it maybe more than like places in general.
Yeah.
Like it's not really a mainstream thing at all. I mean, that's sort of the point, I guess.
Like punks, it seems like it's become like a dad thing. Somewhat, if that makes any
You think
sense.
already?
Yeah.
Like the older generation, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like, considering that, like, Bad Religion, where all guys
Yeah.
are, like, in their 50s, Descendants are in their 50s,
Yeah.
like, Rancid,
Oh yeah, they're all so old now.
like, the OGs. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think with me, like, being in the punk culture, it's like, you know, in the 80s, it was, like, a completely different ballgame. There
Oh,
was a lot
totally.
more to fight for. Like, I think Reagan was in office, or somewhere around there. I forget
Yeah.
who the president was, but that, like, Dead Kennedys,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that, Black Flag, like, pretty much all the hardcore bands came out in the 80s, and it was all, like, just a big mess, but,
Yeah.
like, a good mess. And then now it's kind of like, if you look at the hardcore bands, they're all, like, straight edge vegan hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, like if you said that in the 80s, they're like, oh, I don't need animals. So like, you probably get your ass kicked.
Oh,
'Cause
totally.
it's like,
yeah. It
who the
was
hell
so
are you?
violent back then too.
Yeah, like,
Like,
oh, you
things
don't
have
drink
changed.
beer? What the hell?
Yeah. It's the hardcore culture has definitely changed a lot.
And I mean, the punk culture now, it's just kind of like, I think it blended in with like the kind of like, I don't want to say emo, but it definitely wasn't as like tough as like, I can't really describe it.
Like what modern punk even is. Like it's hard to compare it to what we're talking about with like 80s hardcore and stuff like
yeah, obviously.
It seems like
know.
it might be a bit more cliquey now, eh?
I
yeah.
could get that feel. Like if
Yeah,
if I tell people I'm in a punk band, I still get the weird like, "Oh, what? You're in a punk band?"
Yeah.
Like it's not like, "Oh, you're in a punk band." You know, you definitely get a couple of like eyebrows raised.
Like why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what happened in your life that made you
Because
want
we
to do
like
that?
we like the music.
If we like to jump around at shows and push each other around,
Right.
We like to push each other around. Weirdo.
It's not our fault. It's the most fun type of music.
It's the greatest type of music.
How do you guys think like the Hamilton punk scene is?
I don't know.
The Hamilton punk scene, there's a lot of variety out there, and I feel like there's a lot of coverage. Me personally, like I started getting into a lot more into like Hamilton underground.
Yeah.
Like the first time I went to Hammer City was like 2016.
Really? Okay.
I know I was really late to the game,
Yeah.
and
Same
it was
probably.
yeah, same with you. So like when you flip through like the 7 inches per se, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll see like, oh my gosh, they're never like 2 copies of 1 7 inch.
Yeah.
It's just like band.
That's not all local though. They have
Yeah,
like
but they're all
everything.
scattered. But I mean, there's this, like a schizophrenic records section, which is
Right.
mostly Hamilton, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I
or
think
Hamilton,
so.
Toronto.
Hamilton,
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
So even then, like, aside from like the bands we've been playing with, are the ones like Red Room's associated with, or like even any
Yeah.
other punk bands. It's like I'm still learning about the Hamilton scene, but
To me, I don't really look at like the Hamilton punk scene. Like I don't really pay much attention to like just punk. It's like the whole like music scene in general.
Yeah.
music
Like
scene's
it's not
vibrant.
like we go out of our way to like, you know, like play a punk show or really specifically be part of that like sub genre of the Hamilton music scene.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I just kind of like look at it as one big thing because everything's so like cross pollinated and
Oh, totally.
mixed together. But at the same time, yeah, I guess there is that kind of like cliqueiness with like the Hammer City, the hardcore
Yeah.
kind of thing in a
Mhm.
way.
Yeah, and I mean, like, with so many range of artists, it's almost like even the Hamilton community of musicians is kind of like, well, like, Toronto kind of has their own thing because everyone's kind of clicky there. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we've got our own Hamilton thing, so it wouldn't be really that weird if we played, like we're a 3-piece punk band, but we've played a show with people who play acoustics. We've played
Yeah.
a band with, like, rockabilly. Like, there's...
Yeah.
Wonder if that would be different if we were like based in a bigger city where it's like you can find more punk rock bands, if we would be more like pigeonholed into just playing with punk rock bands. But because there's like less bands in a city like Hamilton, we like mix together more.
That'd be interesting. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, we've played Toronto 3 times.
And how was that there?
It's good.
Always a mix, actually. Come
Yeah.
to think of it.
We've never played like a punk rock show.
Yeah, like we
In
haven't
Toronto.
played at like what's like the Garrison or
We haven't played at
like I know there's definitely venues meant for more like punk and hardcore. in
Oh,
Toronto.
totally, yeah.
we've only played Horseshoe in May. But like no Sneaky D's, no Cherry Colas,
Not
no
yet.
Bovine Sex Club, no. Like we haven't played there yet. I'd like to
We
play
love
there.
playing at Horseshoe those 2 times though.
Oh,
That
Horseshoe's
stage is so
amazing.
fun. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's
good shows.
Fun, but even in Toronto, there's always a variety. Like the first show we played was the Indie 88 showcase
Yeah,
show.
just the free thing.
Yeah, and the first band was a jazz band.
Interesting, yeah. Like a big mix of music now, right?
Yeah.
Oh crap, what was I gonna say? No, okay, lost it.
All right, well, I guess we'll move on to your music. I see.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
So I noticed you guys were putting out a 7-inch, I think.
Yes.
I saw on social media.
Yes.
Hashtag leaked.
Hashtag leaked.
So how's that going?
We just got the test pressings yesterday, and they sound. We actually brought one. We'll show you.
Did
Show
you
you
really?
after. You have a turntable here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We could have played it on the air if you have it hooked up.
No, we
but-
can't play it on the air, Mitch. It has to be a complete surprise. That's how
Luke
advertising
wants
works.
to be really secretive about it, but I'm like, fuck it.
So how many songs you guys got on the 7-inch?
We shoved 4 songs onto a 45 RPM 7-inch. So it's
Nice,
like
yeah.
it's 5.5 minutes or something per side. So it's crammed on there, but it sounds really good. Really looking forward to releasing it.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. We're having a show on October 31st
Okay.
at
Yeah.
the Doors Pub.
Our
For the
second,
releasing?
heavy Halloween 2.0.
Okay,
The
yeah,
record
yeah.
played last year.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Did you guys come out with it with a label or just yourselves?
another self-released one. Yeah,
Another
Self-release.
and it's all funded through
Gigs.
gigs, like door split money and t-shirt sales and stuff, which
Okay.
is pretty cool for us, like being able to just pay for a 7-inch through just hard work and playing
Yeah.
lots of shows.
Yeah, like so when we put it out, it's literally like we had to earn we had to earn the money to record it. It wasn't like
Yeah.
I mean, if we put our own personal funds in, I'm sure we could pump out more or like go to a different studio or get this and add this to it.
Well,
but
it feels like momentum.
Yeah.
Like we released the first one and then kind of used.
it feels a bit
money
more
from that, too.
honest. Like it just be like this
Yeah.
is literally everything we had and
Yeah.
we put it all on here and then that's the final product. This is like the summation of what we are.
It was really surreal yesterday listening to ourselves on wax for the
Yeah.
first time. It's so cool.
That was
Um,
really cool.
Yeah, and in terms of music, it's definitely a lot more dynamic than our last EP. I think. Like
Okay.
I think we definitely go heavier than anyone's heard, and we probably also go more melodic and lighter than what everyone has heard up
Yeah.
until this point.
Is there a
Um,
reason why you guys didn't go with the label or no? Or like try and
we
talk
just
with anyone?
well, I mean, at this point, it's like we didn't have any offers. Like maybe if people were like asking us to do that, it's something we
Yeah.
consider. But I wouldn't go seek that out.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of want to just go with the flow and see how things progress naturally. And I think at this point, it's sort of best to just like be totally independent.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I gave him a microphone to Ryan. See if he wanted to pitch in for
Yeah.
I was gonna say like our first EP was like there's some heavy moments and there's melodic moments, but on this EP we kind of just stretched more. Sorry, the melodic parts we stretched more and the heavier parts we stretched more. So it's just like just an expansion of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Ryan has some cool solos on it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same.
Yeah, how much is the record going for?
I think gonna sell them for $10.
$10, yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can make a profit off that.
Yeah. So this is like we haven't really like mentioned this really on social media. So I guess this is you got the exclusive.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the
Congrats,
official announcement. Rat Parade Luke, you get to say the name.
I don't.
Luke really doesn't want to reveal it. Okay.
All right, well that's fine. Are you guys gonna be selling it at any local record stores or no?
Definitely. Yeah, we have the tape in Dr. Disc, Crash Landing,
Nice.
Hammer City, and we definitely want to cover all those again with a 7-inch. And there's some places that like wouldn't take a tape, but I think they'll take a 7-inch.
Yeah.
So we'll take a 7. Luke's laughing at the words "take a 7-inch." So yeah, we'll definitely have it in more stores than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wherever fine records are sold in Hamilton, you'll be able to pick them up.
And make sure you support your local record stores. Very important.
Of course. So do you guys have any upcoming gigs in Toronto or Hamilton to get this out there?
Yeah. We're playing at the Casbah next.
I have it on my phone.
Not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday.
We just booked that Casbah one, right?
Yeah, Casbah, and we're getting out to
St. Catherine's Green Room.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
getting out to a few different cities around the time of our October 31st EP release, kind of before and after a little bit. We tried to kind of put a few shows around then. We're only playing the one Hamilton show, but there's a potential Kitchener-Waterloo we're looking at, and what do we got? Chatham?
Yeah, we're going to Chatham.
That's interesting.
On the 26th.
Like right to the border. It's like kind of by Windsor, but a little south.
It's like a little bit before Detroit.
Shout out to Chatham.
Shout out to Chatham.
Do you guys know the name of the venue or no?
It's like a sports bar.
It's like Champ's Sports Bar Grill. I think that's what it's
It has Z's in it.
Yeah,
It's like Champ's Sports
Champ's.
Grills.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We're playing with Kill No Albatross as part of their tour, so they we've played with them a couple times.
Yes, we have.
So they're
I
having us
think
out for
you
that.
were there with us when we played with them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
was there
played
for
with
that
them.
show. Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out the Red Room. Lots of shout outs today.
Oh, of course. So, what are guys' musical inspirations?
Wait, can I say yours? One of yours?
Yeah.
Jeff Buckley.
Oh yeah.
He's got the one album framed in his room. Whenever I turn around, I have to go talk to you guys. And when we practice, it's like the first thing I catch. Whenever I look at Ryan, and I'm like,
face.
"Fucking Jeff Buckley."
And-
I'm so sorry. I swear there.
Oh no, you can swear.
Do you
it's
bleep
fine.
it out?
Oh no,
I'm trying not to.
Oh, you can swear, guys.
It's
don't
for
worry.
the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
I was gonna say a lot of the guitar stuff that I do is really at the drive-in inspired too.
Shout out to the driving.
Yeah, like a lot of I use a lot of like the gross and like dissonant tritone sounds that he used a lot. Omar Rodriguez Lopez.
You have a lot of influences, though. It's not just at the drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for this band in particular, it's really that's yeah.
With me, like one of what I guess everyone in the band I could speak on behalf of, if not just me, but I absolutely love Dirty Nil. So like Kyle Fisher on the drums.
Yeah.
Like, insane drummer.
Awesome.
Gotta take that. Guys
Yeah.
from local.
Shout out to Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle. In terms of this band, Bill Stevenson from Descendants and Black Flag. He's definitely a drummer I like to kind of associate with because he's like he could have that basic kind of punk beat, but he kind of makes it nice and crisp. Have you ever watched him play drums? Actually,
I can't say I have, no.
if you ever like when you get a chance, like obviously after the podcast, or if you did it right now, it'd be cool. But like the way he sits, it's almost like he puts no effort into it.
Yeah.
But like when you hear a Descendants song, it's like, oh my gosh, he must be sweating his nuts off. But
Oh,
it's literally
totally,
just
yeah.
like the way he holds his hi-hat, he's just like dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So he's like someone to be like, oh wow, you don't have to move a lot to be like express yourself on the drums. You're not as distracting.
Yeah.
So he's cool. A lot of bands. Who else is really cool that I like to listen to? I like Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Dave Grohl's a big influence.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an idiot because on my Facebook name I have myself as Luke Grohl.
What are you talking about? That's your last name.
It is my last name.
Luke Grohl.
You don't know anything. Yeah, but Dave Grohl's definitely a big influence on me. Foo Fighters, like Taylor, the whole lot.
On a this is our second interview, but on our other interview, we also introduced Luke as Luke Rawl. So it's just
We
his
have
name now.
We've gone too far. We have to commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the influences just for Rat Parade in particular kind of thing, because I think we all listen to like a very broad like variety of music. We're definitely not all, like just punk rocker types. I think for like when I'm writing a Rat Parade song, I definitely look to like a lot of 90s influence. Like I like some older Green Day stuff, like Insomniac and Nimrod. Like I kind of try to draw like songwriting inspiration from those.
Yeah.
And Weezer, Pinkerton, kind of, lots of like 90s kind of poppy, grungy stuff I like. That's kind of what I'm drawing from for Rat Parade.
Single mothers? You like single mothers?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I'm really a big fan of like the local Southern Ontario kind of punk rock things like Pup, Single Mothers, Dirty Nil.
I agree.
All those. I think a lot of our sound is like kind of derivative of or going off of those more established like Ontario punk rock bands, kind of following in their footsteps a little bit. I really like those. I mean, they're all very different sounds, those three bands I just named, but
Shout out to Single Mothers for the new release, by the way.
oh, so hardcore.
Oh, I know. It was amazing.
It's
so
amazing.
cool.
So good.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Dirty Nil, because their album's coming out on Friday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Well, it was awesome having you on this podcast. And how can people reach you, by the way?
We got a Facebook, facebook.com/ratparadeband. We got an Instagram, instagram.com/ratparadeband. That's the main ones.
And then do we have Twitter?
We have a Twitter, but like no one uses it.
Bandcamp. We have a Bandcamp.
Oh, ratparade.bandcamp.com if you want to hear our music.
And then if you want to follow us individually, I'm August Burns Luke on all platforms.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah.
I
Snapchat
didn't know you had
too.
on everything. That's pretty
I
cool.
post some funny shit on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Mostly up my dog.
Yeah, I'm probably not worth following. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really worth following.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I would follow Luke personally, though. Luke has a very adorable dog.
My very adorable dog. He too is punk rock. I don't think he could come to a show because a lot of venues don't allow dogs. But I'll get him a pair of headphones and maybe a wig. Maybe he'll fit right
get
in.
it in there.
He'll cute his way into the show.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And
Thanks for having us,
Yeah.
Nick.
Hey, thanks for having us, man. Good for you for starting your own podcast, eh?
of course, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Can't wait to see you guys soon.
Hell yeah.